Hi, I am George. The date today is the 18th of March, 2018. This video explains how to take Enzymic Edge for relief of vertigo symptoms. I am not a doctor and I am very sorry that you suffer from positional vertigo. I am, or rather was, a BPPV sufferer. BPPV is the acronym for benign paroxysmal positional vertigo. The real definition of benign paroxysmal positional vertigo is, hi, I am a doctor. I have no idea how to help you. I'm going to torture you by moving your head in obnoxious ways and call the movements maneuvers. I'm going to give you antidepressants because I think you are sick. I'm going to put goggles on your eyes and say, hey, I could see those little crystals floating around in your ear tubes. I'm going to put you in a chair in a closet and shut the lights off. Illuminate a million images on the wall and shake the chair around and then say nothing is going to help you. I'm going to send you home to suffer with vertigo in silence and tell you that you have to sleep it off. That is my experience of what BPPV stands for. I'm not attacking doctors, but it does make me a little mad that doctors generally refuse to accept that there are natural healing products that are refined and safe and sometimes better than prescriptions. Sincerely, thank you for checking in. I hope you took a few minutes to watch my other videos called Positional Vertigo. There is an answer in a pill, or Triggers of Positional Vertigo. This video deals with how to take Enzymic Edge for maximum relief of BPPV symptoms within a day or even a few hours. I have told you about the naturally occurring enzymes and the product called Enzymic Edge, and how the enzymes wrestle down the crystals floating in your ear tubes, and you experience relief from the symptoms of positional vertigo that you never thought possible, and no doctor has given you this relief. If you decide to try Enzymic Edge and it works for you, you are going to be so happy. I could go into horror stories that I have heard and that I have lived. But the one thing I'm going to tell you is the doctors have no answer. They want to give you meclizine or meclizine to, I don't know why meclizine. It just puts you to sleep. I can understand them trying to prescribe Zofran because Zofran is supposed to stop nausea. But I'm going to show you that you can own your life again, as much of your life as you can own, with a boss, a government taking taxes, and your dog wanting to leave it or go outside at 4 o'clock in the morning. But at least you will not have the vertigo symptoms as you go through life. It sounds impossible. I know it does. And I never believed that a pill could help me, ever. I was sick one day, and a nurse person close to me has been insisting, try this product. She brought me the product as I was sick in bed one morning, 7:30 in the morning. She brought it over. I took a maximum dose. I went back to bed. I woke up at about 11:30 that same day, full-blown, sickening, nauseous vertigo, but I promised her I would take my second dose. It was horrible. You know what I don't have to explain it. It was probably one of the worst. And you can only lay on one side, and even then you can't get comfortable, and you're so exhausted. Every movement, if you lift your hand, it just exhausts you. That's the huge thing that people don't understand about positional vertigo. But anyway, so I took my second dose right before noon and I went back to bed. I fell back to sleep and woke up at about 2:30 in the afternoon. I was blown away. I got up and went to the bathroom and and I'm looking around like, hey, I, I'm not dizzy. And I could feel, like pressure in my head, and but no vertigo. And I'm looking around, and I go out and I make a cup of coffee. I put the news on. I'm sitting there I'm watching the news for, about half an hour, drinking my coffee. I couldn't believe it. I was so happy. By 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I was doing paperwork at my desk. By 6 o'clock that night, I was in the gym lifting weights. Completely unreal. I was so happy. So Enzymic Edge is made in a CGMP facility, which we went over. Importantly, it is regulated by the FDA. Take a moment to look up what a CGMP facility is so you understand this a little better. So this video deals with how to take and ingest Enzymic Edge in order to most effectively and quickly, within hours, reduce or eliminate completely the symptoms of vertigo. Again, I know it seems impossible, and doctors told you it is impossible. The doctors, are correct. There is no permanent cure for BPPV, but they are incorrect that you cannot relieve the symptoms. Enzymic Edge really is going to help you overcome the sickening, horrific nausea and dizziness that devastates otherwise natural lives. Okay, you have to understand a very simple equation. Energy put toward a goal equals change. How much energy are you putting forth to get those crystals back down where they belong in the cochlea and the saccule and keeping them there? I'm not asking about the sickening head-banging Nazi maneuvers. If those help you, again, God bless, you don't need this. But I'm asking you, what are you doing? What are you eating? What are you drinking? What are you doing to get those crystals back down and embedded where they belong so that you can go through life like a normal human being? The minute you have to keep this equation in mind. The minute you increase or decrease the force toward the goal, you increase or decrease the change or the result that you seek. Yes, I am saying that at this point, you have to be your own doctor for your own body. Every human body is different. The same things do work for a wide range of human beings, but you are unique. This formula is very simple. Some people use this formula in business, in raising their children, in taking antibiotics for infection. They raise the intensity of the antibiotic if you have a bad infection, and so on. No matter what, the energy put forth with a goal equals change. Enzymic Edge completely takes the burden of energy away from you, and you have to understand that you need to do nothing but sleep. When I was young, in grade school, I was ADHD without a doubt, but no one understood the issue at the time. I now look very young, I know that, but I am older than 56, so that was many years ago. So the school simply pushed you through without guidance. Of course, I couldn't go to college because I barely passed grade school, and trade schools were not an option for me. I spent my life in many different businesses and had to find my own way. One of which was a personal trainer in a gym, and I also went to and completed massage therapy school and practiced that for quite a while, many years. I learned one thing by experience, and that is something that you must understand. Every human body is different. So every human body will react differently to the energy in these enzymes. The way I take Enzymic Edge, and I recommend you do as well, is like this. If I feel vertigo coming on, and I'm not in full-blown vertigo, I take 5 capsules right away. Most of the time, vertigo does not come on. As a matter of fact, I don't remember it coming back on if I've taken my full dose. Watch the video on triggers of vertigo so you understand dosage a little better, and you'll be blown away as to what your trigger may actually be. If you watch triggers, you'll see why you, and only you, can regulate your dosage, because a doctor is not with you 24/7. You have to take that leap of faith. But I take 5 capsules right away. That's the maximum dose. It says on the bottle that the maximum dose is 20 capsules per day. So 5 capsules 4 times a day. And that is if I'm on the verge of going into this horrible vertigo. So I take my dose immediately. I wait about 4 or 5 hours and take another dose of 5 capsules, whether I feel vertigo coming on or not. If I feel vertigo coming on because of a trigger, which you'll have to understand with the other video, I wait another 5 or 6 hours and take my third dose of 5 capsules. If there's a trigger and you know it's there, stay on the maximum dose for at least the first day. And okay, so that's 4 doses of 5 capsules a day. You may have to rewatch this video a few times to understand this and really get it embedded in your thoughts. This can go on for days. My worst trigger is barometric pressure changes. I live on Lake Erie, so we have a lot of that, and I explain how to know if that is your trigger in triggers of vertigo. So if we're going through, let's say, a week of high pressure, and I know that at the beginning of summer or going into fall, you better believe I'm going to stay on the doses of Enzymic Edge the entire time. But there's a key here. A bottle of Enzymic Edge costs 40 bucks. It's expensive, but you get 60 capsules in each bottle. So if we're going through a week of high pressure, I take the maximum dose for about 2 days. I never go into vertigo. And if I did go into vertigo, it goes away within a couple hours, or it may just be like a tinge of it or something completely manageable. But then I pull back the next day and maybe take 2 maximum doses per day instead of 4. I take a maximum dose of 5 capsules in the morning, and I for sure will take a maximum dose before bed. I do not want to go into vertigo while I'm sleeping, and neither do you. It will happen if you do not put force toward the goal of keeping those crystals down. Okay? So I take the maximum dose in the morning and another maximum dose right before bed to ensure I don't go into vertigo. This keeps the vertigo in check and also saves me money. Remember, every human body is different. I'm into bodybuilding and lifting weights, and I don't expect grandma to react the same as I do to different stimuli. But she can take the maximum dose. A major selling point of this product is that it is non-GMO and 100% naturally occurring enzymes. I have to make it clear. You now know more than your doctor at this point. One of the things I've found that many people fear is becoming your own doctor and prescribing yourself Enzymic Edge. We've been trained since we were children to trust doctors. If the doctor says to take the pill, we take the pill. If the doctor says to move your head this way or that, we move our head this way or that. Do you see what I'm saying? Vertigo is your personal issue. We all suffer the dizziness, but we all suffer it in different ways. Pay attention to your body. Get a couple bottles of Enzymic Edge and work with it. There is no known cure to positional vertigo. I'm not claiming this is a cure, but this is the absolute best product to completely reduce the symptoms of vertigo within a day or so, or even a few hours in most sufferers. My kids cannot believe the difference Enzymic Edge has made. When I start going into vertigo, they know they got to take care of dad. He's going to be in bed. They got to take care of themselves. And the first time I walked out and they saw me, they knew I was in vertigo, and I come out, they were looking at me like I'm some kind of zombie or something. They couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. I want this for you. Okay, so let's say you're in full-blown vertigo. You're sick in bed, exhausted, starving, vomiting, horrifying vertigo. And you get your bottles, all of a sudden they come in the mail while you're sick. Day one, you're lucky enough, bam, they come in the mail. Take your maximum dose, 5 capsules. Go back to bed, wake up about 4 hours or so later, take the next dose, go back to bed. Unless the symptoms are already reduced. But because I know you'll be so exhausted, every movement exhausts you. And it does take about 2 doses if you're in full-blown vertigo. Go back to bed. Wake up about 4 hours later, take your next dose, go back to bed. By the time you get up to take your 3rd dose, I will be willing to bet that your vertigo symptoms will be gone. Okay, for day 1, you take the maximum dose the entire day. Do not try to save money on day 1. You will pay the price. On day 2, as you go back to work and pay your taxes and pay for your mortgage and pay for your dog food, monitor your body. You are the doctor in this situation. Watch the video on triggers of vertigo, and you will understand what is happening around you and what to do from this point. Triggers keep you in vertigo. Some triggers can be eliminated, and you will be relieved of your vertigo symptoms. Sometimes the trigger cannot be eliminated. So I may take an ibuprofen with my dose. Let's say if it's because my sinuses have blown up and knocked the particles loose in my ear tubes. So I may take an ibuprofen or 2 or a sinus medication at the same time that I'm taking these natural products. This product, this combination of enzymes, is no less than amazing. I know exactly what you go through. I have received emails and calls from all over the world, just recently from India and the United States, from people suffering from this horrible nightmare. Enzymic Edge, if taken correctly, completely eliminates vertigo symptoms in about 98% users. Completely. Most of the time, when someone has BPPV, if they do not get the relief as expected, it is because they do not take Enzymic Edge properly, or they adjust their intake according to their finances, or according to how much Enzymic Edge they have on hand. This lack of energy toward the goal of eliminating vertigo symptoms is why I do not give a money-back guarantee to just anyone. The only way I will give you a money-back guarantee is if you use a legitimate date and timestamp of some kind in a video with you taking the correct dosage of Enzymic Edge over 2 days or so, and send it to me. And at that point, I will be glad to send your money back if it doesn't work. I just can't go broke because I'm trying to help people relieve themselves of these horrific symptoms. I'm telling you over and over and over again. It works. You'll want to keep 5 or 6 bottles on hand. I'm telling you, this is what you're going to do. So is that fair enough? Simply rewatch this video until you understand that you are your own doctor. At this point, you must determine the dosage that works for you beyond the first day. If you get vertigo and your trigger is pregnancy or type 2 diabetes, then you have to adjust your dosage to work for you. Again, you are your doctor. You can make the adjustments in the dosage to serve yourself. Just remember to read the label, as it is clear that the maximum dose is 20 capsules per day. If you find yourself trying to save money by skimping on the dosage, then you most likely will fail. Email me or simply read the information below in my video and order your Enzymic Edge now by clicking the Buy Now button. I'm not going to pay for a website to give them money for nothing. I'm not going to pay for a domain name. This product sells itself, and I'm not going to hard sell Enzymic Edge because our manufacturer, quite frankly, has a hard time keeping up with sales. If you're ready to try Enzymic Edge, place your order and take a $45 chance that Enzymic Edge will change your life. If you decide to order 2 bottles at once, you only pay for shipping for 1. Since we want to make sure each bottle is perfectly made, time is a factor in ordering. If you see a note in the description below that we are back ordered, I promise to give you an update on expected ship date so you are comfortable in taking a chance on Enzymic Edge. And you will know that you must wait a little while for your order to be shipped. If we have stock, it will say in stock. Each bottle contains 60 capsules. Each bottle is hermetically sealed in the lab, and every capsule contains the exact same amount of natural enzymes. Take a moment and think about this process. Rewatch this video especially. Think about the result you're seeking. I promise Enzymic Edge is the answer for millions of people suffering this nasty condition. Thank you for watching.